Hello friends and welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're going to make crunchy pork chops with garlic parmesan spinach. So what we're doing in this is basically two steps to make kind of just like a meal. You make these pork chops up, you make the spinach up, and you basically could add some bread or something to it, or whatever else you want to add to it. You could basically even have another vegetable if you want, and you have a meal. But the best thing about this is it's really easy to make. You're going to make this with a few pork chops, so you can make like 5 of these at a time. If you're feeding a family, it's really good. But they have the best taste because we're going to use some garlic and herb on this. We're going to use breading, which is actually made from cornbread, like you would make stuffing mix. So we're going to start with a 9.5 by 11.5 pan, or a little bit bigger if you have it. Spray it with some non-stick cooking spray because we actually need to make sure these things don't stick. And then we're going to line the bottom with our pork chops. Now, depending on how many you have or the size is how many you're going to need to put in this, because mine are kind of large and I'm fitting 5 in, but I'm actually pushing them in to make sure they fit. So you can do actually smaller ones, or you could do one less if you wanted to. But we want to make sure that they cover the bottom because everything we do is going to go over top of these, and it's going to give it this really great crunchy taste to it when we go to eat it. So we're going to move on from here. Now once we have this all in our pan, we want to season this. So I have some Kingsford garlic and herb seasoning. You can use any kind of garlic herb seasoning you want, but I really like this kind. And we're going to use probably about a half a teaspoon, just sprinkling over top of it, just to give it a little bit of a coating before we do anything else to this, because we want to make sure that basically we get a good coating of seasoning on it before we get going, just so to add a little bit of flavor to it. And now we're going to mix up something that we're going to spread over top. So we have 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. And we're going to mix these all together. So just take your mayonnaise, add in the minced garlic, add the Parmesan cheese to it, and we're going to mix it up. We're just basically going to stir this with something to get it completely combined together. And you're going to have to do this for a second because we're trying to distribute all of this from the garlic to the Parmesan cheese all through the mayonnaise, and just get it all mixed together. And once it's all mixed through, we're actually going to take this and spread it over top of the pork chops. So at this point, once we get this mixed up, you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees because these are going to bake anywhere up to like 45 minutes. So go ahead and take the mix we just made, spread it over top the pork chops, go completely across the top. We're not worried about the sides or the bottom. We just want to get across everything that's in the pan right now. And make sure that it has a really good coating, because when we take the stuffing mix and pour it over top of this, it's actually going to be cooking underneath with this, but then on top of it we're going to add some butter to actually help the top of it cook as well. So just go ahead, spread this all over, and make sure that you get it completely spread across the top of it. Now when it comes to the cornbread stuffing, you can use any brand you want. I just picked the cheapest thing on the shelf because you save money that way. And you're going to need some butter. I'd say at least a half a stick or maybe a little bit more, just to kind of put over top of the stuffing to give it a little like something to cook with here, because it's actually going to soak into the stuffing, but it's also adding flavor to it as it cooks. So once we get this opened up, we're going to actually take the stuffing itself and just basically sprinkle it all over top of where we just put this mix with the mayonnaise. So just go ahead and open up your packet and just dump it on evenly across the top of it. We don't want it to basically all be on one side or anything. You just do it even, just knock it all over the place. And once you get it on top of here, if it's not evened out enough, you just take a spoon and move it around. But just go ahead and spread the whole thing. And we just want to get a good coating of this, because once this is on top, there's a lot of stuff in one of these mixes, and it's plenty to go around the whole top of this whole container, just to make sure everything gets a really good coating of this. Because when this bakes up and you have this on top and the butter on top and all the other stuff we've added to it, it makes this really crunchy, great tasting outside that has so much flavor to it, from the cornbread stuffing to the garlic that we put on it with the seasoning mix and the herbs and all, and the butter. It just tastes amazing, and this is something I would have never thought in a million years would work. It tastes great, but it really does. So just go ahead and take your butter, which you've melted at this point, and just drizzle it over top of it to where it's kind of evenly drizzled. And then once we got this done, we're in a good shape here, almost to go in the oven. We're going to sprinkle a little bit more of that garlic and herb on top of what we just did with the butter. And basically you're just using enough, like maybe a half a teaspoon or so, just to get a little bit on the outside of it. So when you bite into this, you're going to have that flavor with it. And once we're done with this, we're going to get ready to put this in the oven. But as I said, you're going to have this in there at 350 degrees or so for about 45 minutes or more, just until this is completely cooked. You know, you might want to check this with a thermometer to make sure that it's cooked thoroughly inside. And then we're going to move on to the spinach. So as you see, I have a bag of spinach here. I have some garlic, I have some oil, and I have some Parmesan cheese. So basically, it's an 8 to 10 ounce bag of spinach. We need about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and 1/4 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. And we're going to make this spinach. And this is so easy to make. It's so great. But it's fresh because you're using straight out of the bag spinach. That's not some canned or frozen or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our oil and put it in a pan over medium heat. And the pan was already warmed up before I did this. And then I'm going to add in all of this spinach. Now, you can do 8 ounces, you can do 10 ounces of spinach. Just remember, when you cook spinach, it's going to shrink up a bit because it's going to wilt. It's going to actually pull in. And as it's cooking, it's going to get a lot smaller. So if you're going to feed several people, you might want to do more than what I'm doing here. Because I was cooking what I was doing for just a couple people. So just keep that in mind. So we have the oil in the pan. We're coating the spinach with it. We're going to move it back and forth until it gets totally like coated in the oil. And we're going to cook this for at least 5 minutes total. And we want this to start wilting as we're doing this because that's the way you do when you are cooking the spinach. And when we're going to do 4 minutes of this, and we get to the last minute, we're going to add the other ingredients. And that's the best thing about this. There is not much to doing this. So take 4 minutes on medium heat, get it to about this point, and then once we get to a point where we're adding the last minute's worth of stuff, we're going to add in our minced garlic, which we have about a tablespoon, and then we're going to add in the Parmesan cheese, which is about 1/4 of a cup. But we're just going to cook this for about a minute or so past this, because you don't want to cook your garlic in a pan for longer than a minute or so, because it's going to actually start to turn and get a little bit of a burnt taste to it. So we really don't want that. We just want to get it to a point where you can really smell it. And then, as I said, you're going to add your Parmesan cheese, which is 1/4 of a cup. And then we're going to mix this up back and forth until it all is totally pulled in together. Now, as you're putting in this cheese, it's going to be a situation to where you have oil all over these leaves. You have any kind of moisture that came out of the garlic. You had a little bit of moisture that just came in from the fact that the leaves had moisture to begin with. And as the cheese is mixing into it, it's going to start to actually become more solidified and more like cheese instead of a powder, which I used. And you're just going to mix this around, like I said, for about a minute. And then you're going to turn this off and put a lid on it until you're ready to serve it and keep it warm. And that is really all you're doing with this. There really isn't much more to making this spinach, because once you've done this for about a total of 5 minutes, this is cooked and ready to eat. But it has such a kick of flavor because of the fact you put the cheese in it, you put the garlic in it. It just has flavor. And when you serve this along with the pork chops, which you've already add some garlic and herb seasoning to that, and the cornbread outside and everything like that, you have such a mix of flavor here. It is amazing to serve together, and mine looked like this when I put it on a plate. And I got to tell you, this was really something that was great to eat for dinner. And I think you might like it. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out the Southern Mountain Kitchen website, where you can get a free recipe, check out the cookbooks available from the Southern Mountain Kitchen, and if you'd like to, you could order a cookbook at a discounted price, cheaper than Amazon, with shipping that is also cheaper than Amazon. So if you get a chance, check it out, and I hope you have a great day.